The turn, and we're heading to the last Florida event of the year, at least on the PGA Tour, heading to the Gulf Coast for the Tampa Bay Classic, Dan, otherwise known as the Valspar Championship. It's in Palm Harbor, Florida. Clearwater, for those of you that have never been to Palm Harbor. We're going to the Snake Pit, Dan. Yes. I don't know. What do you think about it? Who's have you ever played? Innisbrook, by the way?
Nope. Have you?
I've not played Copperhead. I don't know. So whoever I was with, they cheaped out. I played one of the other ones. So the short answer to that is I don't think so. At least not that I could remember, but I could have been drinking. Who knows? I've been pre-gaming all day. I've been trying to erase this Scotty Scheffler victory from my mind. It's like it's left this stagnant, boring imprint that I don't know that I'm going to be able to get away from. We ready to head to the Valspar? Talk a little DFS, talk a little bets. All right. So Innisbrook Resort, Copperhead Course, Palm Harbor, Florida. We're talking, this is give or take around 7,200 yards. It's a par 71. What's going to be unique this week is we've got 5 par 3s. 4 of the 5 are going to be over 200 yards. I think the first par 3 is going to play just shy, and it's going to be in the 190s. Obviously, they're going to be able to adjust that with pin placement and tee boxes. But I'm optimistic this week. By the way, last week wasn't horrible. I did hit a few bets. I know you did too. DraftKings was not necessarily great for me. There were some folks that were a little bit disappointing. I think staying away from the $10,000 or the higher range last week, the premium range, it definitely paid off, especially if you were leaning Rory McIlroy to show up. But Innisbrook, I think at Copperhead, at the Snake Pit, I think we got to focus on approach this week. Bermuda Burns obviously is showing up here as a back-to-back winner in 22 and 23. Is he going to make it? Is he going to thrice it? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Here's what I think is interesting. So so the course itself, right, as you look at it compared to par, it plays considerably long, right? Being it's a par 71, the long par 3s, and I would say the longer par 5s. I think this is going to look a lot like a TPC Southwind. It's going to look like Colonial. I mean, it's no stranger to the tour. But here's what I find interesting about it. And the wind can definitely get up down there. And I think it's projected right now to be, 20 plus Friday and Saturday. Now, who knows if that's actually going to be the case? We'll wait and see. It's the Gulf Coast of Florida. But a couple interesting things that so 2020, this was canceled, but 22 and 21 is mentioned. You got Sam Burns. By the way, this is a live tour Mecca, by the way. 2019 and 2018, back-to-back winners in Paul Casey. I think the reason that we didn't have a 2021 winner in Paul Casey, that he didn't thrice it, was due to the fact that he had moved over to the Live Tour. Adam Hadwin, Canada, is 2017. Charles Schwartzel, who is no longer here. Jordan Spieth in 2015, which Spieth's been kind of interesting as of late. Luke Donald, I think isn't Luke the Ryder Cup captain for the Euros this year? I think he is. I think he's the Euro captain. Gary Woodland, winner in 2011. So this is 12 years after the fact. Jim Furyk, who's a winner, who has he's been runner-up at least once, maybe twice. Sean O'Hare was a winner in 2008. I don't think Sean O'Hare's here. I guess the reason I'm mentioning those names is you think about like who's going to win here, and with the distance of the course, I mean it's long iron players, it's ball strikers. Minwoo, I guess he's still washing the sheets for what occurred over the weekend, and he didn't have time to get there. But a couple other folks that are going to be interesting this week, I think, and we'll get into them when we head over to Fantasy National and talk DraftKings. But just looking at the previous winners and runner-ups. The playoffs. I mean, they are all. It happens, man. And so Davis Riley lost to Sam Burns last year. Keegan Bradley, not a playoff, but he lost to Sam Burns in 21. Who else is here? Patrick Reed's been runner-up twice. I mentioned Sean O'Hare. He's won. He's also been runner-up. Kevin Na's been runner-up here. Webb Simpson's been runner-up here. I mentioned Jim Furyk early, winner and runner-up here. So just Stuart Sink's been runner-up here. So some of these names, right? And as I think about the Copperhead course and as it plays, I don't know that I'm necessarily looking at, I mean, it's going to be approach play and it's going to be ball strikers. I mean, I see that's what's going to happen. I mean, it's Bermuda green. So for sure, Bermuda Burns, Paul Casey as well. I mean, there's something to be said there, but there's a few names that we'll get into that are pretty interesting. I mean, anything stick out to you in looking at recent form that we're not going to get into as we go through the players? Is there anything that you're kind of like, I got to go this direction, or that person looks very interesting?
There's a lot of people that look interesting. I think you hit the nail on the head. It's more of that second shot course, ball striker type course. So yeah, we'll go through the list, but there's a lot of good names on here. I think we can make some money on this weekend.
Fairway Jesus, take me home, Fairway Jesus. I don't know that I don't know that I'm going to be heavy on the Jesus this week, because I think everybody else is going to be. I mean, do you get people like a flash of Tommy Fleetwood, and they are in, man. I mean, they are all friggin' in. Do you let me think about how to ask this. So Scotty Scheffler, who just won the Players Championship in the most boring fashion ever. Do you think that the Fairway Jesus is more popular than Scotty Scheffler from a fanfare perspective?
He's been around longer. I think Scotty's got him. It's close though. It's probably pretty close. Yeah.
All I know is the Asian Bourbonist. She didn't mention Tony Fleetwood. I'm sorry. She didn't mention Scotty Scheffler one time. She said, "Oh my God, there's Tony Fleetwood." I'm like, "Yes, it is the Fairway Jesus." She said, I love it when Tony's in play." I'm like, "Well, I don't know how accurate that is, but I like where this is going." All right, let's head over to our friends at Fantasy National. Let's look at the last 24 rounds, and Dan the Bot, take us away.
$10,000 range, 10,900 is kicking off the highest in the list here. Justin Thomas, model rank 7th. And you got Jordan Spieth, his buddy, Sam Burns, Matt Fitzpatrick, and that is all there is for the $10,000 range. Fairway Jesus starts at 9,800, but in the $10,000 range, well, who are you picking here? Anybody on the DFS?
I'm going to say no, but what I am going to do is I'm going to go, they haven't released tee times yet, right? I don't see tee times.
They just do that for like the players. Yeah, they don't do that for these.
For these secondhand, the losers and the Drakes, you say?
Mm-hmm.
So here's where I think I'm at. Is my one and done may come out of the $10,000 range. I'm not playing JT at 18%. I'm not playing Jordan at 18%. I mean, Sam Burns, I don't want to spend the money because I think there's better value below this. But I'm a little surprised that Sam Burns is at 13% because I mean, 2-time winner. I guess people are just kind of bucking the odds and saying that it ain't going to happen.
Back to back, yeah.
Fitzpatrick is probably so he missed the cut of the Players, T14 API, missed the cut at Genesis, T29 at Phoenix. So I mean, things are in line that he should come back and he should get it done. But yeah, I think Fitzpatrick, I think there's a little bit of an injury there. His approach is he ranks 115th in the field looking at the last 24 rounds. So Fitzpatrick is probably my no-go. I mean, if I'm going somewhere, I don't know. I mean, do you go Burns and I'm not going. I'm not starting in the $10,000 range, mind you.
Yeah, me either. Me either. I'm not either. So in the $9,000 range, Tommy Fleetwood kicking off at $9,800, and you got Justin Rose, Keegan Bradley, Denny McCarthy, Adam Hadwin, Brian Harmon, and Davis Riley cleaning it up there at 9,000 flat. Highest ranked out of all these guys here, you've got Adam Hadwin, model ranked fourth, 21% projected ownership. Last 24 rounds, 14th off the tee, 21st on approach, 51st on putting, T13 last week, missed the cut to API, and 66 at Genesis, and then 10th at the Phoenix Open, the trashy Open. What do you think?
I think if you got good odds, I think Hadwin's probably a bet for me. He may also be once everything gets loaded here. He could be a play. I'm starting with now 21% ownership, Adam Hadwin. I don't know. Do you eat the chalk? I'm probably going to fade the chalk. I'm fading the chalk on Fleetwood. I'm fading it on Adam Hadwin from a DFS standpoint. I think if you want to bet, I ain't betting Tony Fleetwood. I'm betting Adam Hadwin. It ranks that model fourth. Everything looks good except for the putting. And I mean, shit, all you need to do is just be decent with the putter and you'll be in good shape. Rose is interesting to me. He's at 18. That's, I don't know. I'm surprised to see Keegan at 17%. I'm probably going, Denny McCarthy. I mean, he ranks shit T13 cut, T14 at Genesis, T14 at Pebble. If I'm starting in the $9,000 range, I think I'm going Davis Riley and Denny McCarthy, and I'm going to stay away from all the chalk.
Yeah, I like Keegan. 17% projected ownership. Pretty high for this range. I like him here. Model ranked 9th. Missed the cut last week. I think people are going to be off him. They say that there's 17% projected ownership. I guess people like him down there, but yeah.
He hasn't won, but he's been a runner-up here before. So, that's 2 years ago. So, yeah, and for good reason. What's Brian Harmon done? Let's see. $9,100 at 5%. Is he the lowest owned in the $9,000 range? I think
it looks like it. Yeah.
Let's see where Harmon sits at. I've been looking. Yeah, that's the right tournament. Is he still? Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm answering my question. Brian Harmon, T5 last year. He does have 2 missed cuts, but T5 last year. And nobody else is betting Brian Harmon. Nobody else is playing Brian Harmon in DFS. That's I say that's a contrarian play right there. And I'm going down that path for sure.
I just don't like the approach number 109 last 24 rounds, but yeah, the history and yeah, I could see it.
Let's see. What did he do last week at TPC?
44.
Yeah, 44th. He gained almost 2 strokes putting. He gained 4.5 off the tee. He lost 2.5 in approach. Yeah, his approach is shit. Oof. All right, I may rethink that. That may not be the best play there.
That's why we talk. Yeah, there we go. Riley looks pretty good though.
Davis Riley finished second here last year, runner up to Sam Burns, and I think Riley's probably a play at 14%. So he's the second least owned in the $9,000 range. He did miss a cut last week, so I think that plays into our favor. T8 at API, T29 at Honda. So he's playing fine in Florida. Around the greens, a little bit of a struggle. I did see the rough looks like, at least in the notes from the, I don't want to screw it up, but from the GCSAA, it looks like the rough is going to be considerably higher, maybe twice as high as it has been in the past several years. So Just something to keep in mind of around the green. But I mean, if you're, you're ranked 11th in approach, I mean, does around the green really matter? I think there's reason to say, at 14%, Riley may be that may be where I want to start.
Maybe. And then you can save $100 down at 8,900 for Justin Suh. Model ranked second. He was T6 last week, T24 at the API, T5 at Honda, and T40 at the Genesis. Boys on a roll. Off the tee, 55th, on approach 7th, putting 12th. I mean, that's some pretty good stats right there.
I could start at Davis Riley at 9,000, and I could drop into the $8,000 range. And as long as the math works out right, I could go Riley, Suh, Clark, and we'll talk about McNeely, but Woodland for sure, Woo for sure. I mean, I think I can get all those in under $50,000. Maybe I can't. I don't know. We'll see. But
we're gonna try.
That is, yeah. I mean, I think at this point now, again, I was talking ownership earlier, and I think that's probably the stick there is, how do you go ownership is not interesting. And now you're taking some of the chalk here. And I think it's because we're going to be able to put enough players together, and it's going to be, the price point gets us to, we can get enough of the right players in a lineup that's going to pan out for us. And not to mention one Gary Woodland, who finished T54 last week at the Players, missed at the API, T9 at Genesis. And he ranks number 1 on the model looking at the last 24 rounds. So
pretty low owned as well. 11.7. Yeah.
Give me some Woodland, man.
I agree. I don't think there's the putting, but I think he can pull it out here. Yeah.
I mean, it's so if we look at approach, so he's number 1 in approach. Putting absolutely sucks, which okay. I mean, around the green sucks, but if you're number 1 in approach, does it really? I mean, I can overlook that. Wyndham Clark, by the way, is number 2 in approach, 13th around the green, and 78th in putting. Wyndham Clark, I think that's a good spot to be in. Yeah.
I like that too. Yep. All right. Anybody else in the $8,000 range? It's a good range.
It's great. I don't know. Who we got? Aaron Rye, probably not. Ben Griffin, maybe. The loan officer. That could be a play. I think Brandon Wu at 13.5% ownership could be T19 at the Players, T14 at Honda. T2 at Dixie says Brandon Wu is her cup of tea. So maybe Brandon Wu, Ben Griffin, probably he ranks out 14th in the model. Everybody else likes Griffin too. So that may be, if I got to get a little bit different, I mean, that may be a direction that I steer away from in Griffin. Woodland, yes. Wu, yes. Who else is down here that's interesting? In the $8,000 range from an approach standpoint. No, I don't think so. I mean, if I'm looking at approach, that's we've talked about all the guys that I think think's got a place. So let's go to 7,000. Unless you got somebody you want to talk about.
Nope. 7,000 starting off with Ben on.
Hold on. Victor Perez could be interesting because Victor Perez, you'll see. You've got the Open, you've got the Scottish Open, you got the US Open. I don't think he has his PGA Tour card. So he's playing a lot outside. He's a Min Woo Lee esque player in that you don't see a lot of the things that are happening as we're going through this on Fantasy National. You don't see a lot of the international play that Victor Perez has had. He does rank 97th in the model, but again, in what it's measuring, I don't know that that's fair. So Victor Perez, we are in the $7,000. So that's an interesting spot for me to start in Victor Perez.
Cool. Yeah. Ben on at 7,900. Let's see. Johnny Vegas, model ranked 8th here, $7,700, 8.7% projected ownership. Missed the cut last week. T21 on Honda, T56 at Genesis, and the Waste Open, T23. So played some good golf on approach 29, last 24 rounds. Not bad off the tee second. So definitely ball striking his way around some places. So I can see him being a threat here. Who do you like down here? Robbie Shelton finally got us last week. He finally got us.
I like Johnny V. I think that's a good play, especially with the ownership and missing the cut last week. So I like that. That's sneaky good. You know who I like is what's Eric Cole's ownership going to be? I think you got to ride the hot hand, man.
Where is he? How much is
$7,300?
That's 11.2. Yep.
All day long, man. I mean, it's he ranks 4th in approach, 12th around the green, 20th in putting. Off the tees, kind of shit, but I think you'll be able to scale it back. The wind's definitely going to get up, and I think it's somewhere to go. I mean, you said it 5th in the model, T27 at Players, 2nd at Honda. Mm-hmm. Generally speaking, I'd say the Florida. I mean, he's a Florida guy. Florida swing's looking good for him. So I think Eric Cole's a play. The other guy that I want to go to is he's 2.6% owned today. As we're looking at fantasynational.com, 2.6% owned. Whoa. Other direction. Easy.
You don't say.
$7,300. Missed the cut last week, of which I had way too much in my lineup. T24 at API, T74 at the Honda, T57 at that trashy little open out in Arizona. I mean, I think just from an ownership standpoint, I mean, he why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't you?
I would. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you at low single digit ownership? When did he win or did he come in runner up in 2011? That's a long time ago. Ooh, he looks a lot younger in this picture too, but I'm sure I look younger in some of my previous photos. So Gary Woodland won in 2011. Webb Simpson came in 2nd. I mean, at the ownership, don't you have to sprinkle that around a little bit? I don't know. I'm not picking him to win. But I'm just saying from a DraftKings perspective, I think that's a go.
Yep, I think so too.
Trey Mullinex, kind of interesting to me. He missed a cut last week. T8 at Arnold Palmer. Nothing else really stands out. I mean, approach is kind of weak, but I think he's got a decent track.
I think Kramer Hickok could be interesting here. So T44 last week, T14 at Honda, T29 at the Genesis, model ranked 76, $7,200, 7.3% projected ownership off the T22nd, 82nd on approach, putting 87th as well. But his history here, give me the history.
T33, T57, and T46 at $7,200 at 7% ownership. I mean, I'll take that. That's
I'll take that.
It's not. That doesn't. I mean, it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Who else in the $7,000 range is down here that of course I didn't take good notes and I didn't write anything down, so no, I'm not.
Let's go down to 6,000.
Are you surprised Minwoo Lee's not playing here?
And Fowler.
Why is Bucky not here? I mean, this seems like it would be just fine for Bucky. I mean, he could get.
And his other two compadres are playing. I mean, share the house, right? Give me a break.
I mean,
what in the world?
I'm
right
on
down
your
the
side.
road. Get a top 10. No. Got to go film some more commercials.
Is Charlie Hoffman? Is he hurt? Injured? Wounded? Kneecapped?
Missed the last two cuts. He's part of the Spieth crew. Got to take one for the team. Missed the last two cuts, T14 at the Waste and T48 at Pebble. So I don't know. I got nothing.
Mr. Bojangles, he didn't fare well last week. He's missed a lot of cuts here, and the best finish is T65. Probably steering clear. Troy Merritt may be a play. $6,800, T27, T8. He does have a couple of missed cuts, but that could be a thing.
You might want to take Harry Higgs as your one and done this week. I mean, it might be the last time you can take him.
Oh, is he heading to live? What are you talking about?
I mean, are they cutting this to 70 next year, and then they're gonna have to play the way back on?
That's not what Grey Goose said. Grey Goose said, "Hey Elijah Craig, we're the one of the best vodkas in Max Homa's glass." So there you go.
Nice.
Here's who I like. What's his ownership? $6,800. Luke Donald. What's his ownership look like? 6,800.
3.7.
All day. And I mean, if
seventh on approach,
if we have to go there, Luke Donald, T16 last year, T54, T9, T64. If we have to go there, I like it. Kevin Strillman, previous winner at 6,700, just below him. We got a T17. We got a string of miscuts, and we got a T18. So if we get queued up top, that could be a direction that I want to go. Lucas Glover tends to play well here. I don't know that I got anybody else I need to belabor on about.
Yeah, me either.
Anybody else for you?
No, I don't know. I mean, James Hahn ranks first on approach in this field, last 24 rounds. Down here at $6,500, but not been playing that great. Right? Last 5 events, missed 4 cuts. So buyer beware.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. What did you say? 6,500? Oh, James Hahn. Yeah. Missed the last 2 cuts in T41, and he hasn't been playing well. So yeah, no, thank you. I'm out on that. I got nothing else. I got nothing for you. Well, I got a one and done.
Let's do
that is not going to be. We got to do a lineup. Let's see. All right, I don't want you yelling at me again. So you go ahead. You kick us off. Me personally, I don't think there's any reason to start a lineup in the $10,000 range, even though I do think my one and done is going to come out of there. But I think there's better value that's going to be compounded below that.
Okay. You want to go Justin Suh?
For sure.
Okay.
At $8,900. I want to go Wyndham Clark at $8,900.
Mm-hmm.
What's Woodland's ownership look like? I think Woodland
11.7.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, let's do Woodland. All right.
So we're at $7,900 and we got 3 people left. Okay, so here's where I think you let me know who you like. We're at $7,900 for the average left.
I think we like Johnny, didn't we?
Johnny Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, I like where he's at. What's Akshay at?
8%.
$7,500. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He's got something to lose, right?
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does. All
right.
What's Brandon Wu's ownership at? Definitely less than Ben Griffin.
Yeah.
$8,500.
Yeah, 13.6. 13.6.
I mean, I think we go 13 over what's the approach? Looks good. Yeah, I think we go Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon Wu. All right, lock it in.
We have no money left to spend, by the way.
And at all. Big spenders.
Big sip. Who were we talking? Who were you talking with the real Nashville last week when we were sipping on some of Marianne's finest? And
yeah.
I can't believe you called me out like that, by the way. Big sip.
Oh, it's perfect. I mean, hey, every time. One and done.
Well, you're not in the basement anymore. I think you ought to go. Let's release the Krakens.
All right.
Who
I'm not
you
in the
got?
basement anymore. Got to get right back down there. I'm going Keegan. this week.
Ooh.
I'll go ahead and lock it in.
Risque. All right. So here's my thought process around my wanted done picks. We talked about it a little on the front nine. But your strategy is you're going to be playing that you want to go live guys for, at least that was your strategy until Hideki shows up and he doesn't look bad at the Players. So I don't know how you're going to play that out. But I will tell you that I'm going to be playing Jordan Spieth as my one and done at the Valspar. He's won here before. The rough's going to be thick. And yeah, give me Spieth as my one and done for the Tampa Bay Classic. I think I ain't gonna use him at the Masters. If I'm not using a lib player, I'm probably going Hideki. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm probably gonna go Scotty Scheffler if I haven't used him twice already.
I think you've already used him like 3 times. Yeah. Watch your kneecaps.
Yeah, Kerrigan strikes again. Yeah, so give me take me to Spieth Island. Take me away.
You got him.
What else we got? Fairway Jesus. No Fairway Jesus for you. I thought you would for sure be a sucker for Tony Fleetwood, and you'd fall right into the little succubus.
Yeah, I like Keegan in Florida. I like Tommy in Florida as well, but yeah, I'm gonna go. I like Keegan. here this week.
Right. Yeah. I'm not against it. Who are there any bets? Any bets that you're looking at that you're kind of like, yeah, gonna have to go that direction? Who did I go? I did bet Spieth at 14-1. That's a fact. I did bet Woodland. I think I got him at 55-1. I'm trying to see. Let me get over here to my betting slip. I hope this is not exposed. It could be, but I did bet Hadwin at 30-1. I think that's probably a good play. So yeah, those are kind of my. I don't know if you want to go long shot. Shit, I don't know who you're gonna go. Good luck. Good luck on the long shot. It could be. I mean, Wyndham Clark. I couldn't get there, even though I think he's going to play well here. But I couldn't get there with Wyndham for what it is. But I do like where he's at and what's going on with Wyndham. So
Higo plus 8,000.
Higo could be one that's not a bad play.
No, all good. March Madness coming up, right?
It is. I mean, you know how I feel about March Madness? Kind of like I feel about Scotty Scheffler winning the Players Championship. So everybody at Riley agrees too. it agrees as well. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I haven't filled a bracket out yet. Have you?
No, I'm gonna probably do a couple this week, but no, not yet. I guess I have to do them soon, right? When does it start? This week sometime.
Yeah, we should actually. Maybe we should get on here and do it tomorrow.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe
we'll know anything about basketball.
Nor do I. I mean, I'm like 5'2", and I weigh 182 pounds. So, I mean, what do I know about basketball? I'm like the Charles Barkley of white guys for basketball.
I have to do some research.
Well, I mean, the bracket will be what the bracket is, and it'll show where they stand. Their standings. So we'll be good. Yeah, maybe we should. If you're around, if you're not out practicing, you're swank.
Exactly. You all caught up on Poker Face, Mayor Kingstown.
Poker Face, I think, is done, right? Didn't it just didn't we had a finale? I hope we get another Poker Face, and I hope they stay with the theme, because I thought it was good. When I say good, for what it is, it kept my attention. Is it going to do it? If there is a season 2, I don't know. Full Swing, I can't even make it through season 1. So there you are. Mayor of Kingstown, is it done, or is it?
I think it's close. I'm not caught up, so I got like 1 or 2 left. Yeah,
I won't spoil it for you. It gets. I mean, it's hot, man. I mean, Mayor of Kingstown is like it's like the Heat of a series. It's like the series of Heat ish.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah, it's pretty good. That Renner guy. Yeah,
he's good. That's good. So a lot of drama on Yellowstone right now. So apparently Costner, we don't know if he's coming back or not. I mean, he's got his own thing going on.
He's shooting like some kind of bullshit. Like he's doing like a documentary over here. He's like, why would I be a fake actor when I could be my own actor?
And the rumor is like they want to maybe get McConaughey or Keanu Reeves, and it's like, oh boy, I don't know. This is a little. So the whole Costner thing, is it a Costner's just got tired of it? Didn't like the writing. He and Sheridan can't stand each other. What do you think's going on? All the above.
So I don't know that we really know anything about Tyler Sheridan, other than he was in like the last season. He was in Yellowstone a little bit. He was like the ranch owner down in Texas kind of thing. Blah blah blah. Yeah. But we don't know Sheridan like we know Costner.
Right.
Do you remember what was the thing? Mane Tutanka, Owachi. Do you know what movie that's from? Yeah. Dances with Wolves, right? So but I mean, like Costner, I think that somebody approached him about that. I don't know that he wrote all that. I think that I don't, maybe I'm totally misspeaking. But allegedly, he took over and said, "Oh, I'm going to do all this, and I got it, and we're going to take this, hour and 52 minutes into like as many hours. Like this is going to be the next closest thing to Lonesome Dove that you can get. Maybe that is totally inaccurate, but no, I could absolutely see Costner. Well, Heranic the man about town said it's like he's walking down. He's like, "Hey, man." You want to go see it was a Shelby, right? It was definitely a Mustang.
From Bull Durham,
Durham. Yeah. He's like, you want to go see the Shelby, and he's like, fuck. The next thing I remember is the first thing that I remembered was Costner passed me a doob over here, and he's like, I hit it a few times. Next thing I remember, I woke up and Kevin's still talking. Talking. He's still telling the story, and he's like, I have no fucking idea how long I'd been gone. So I could see Kevin Costner and Tyler Sheridan as congealed as it seems in a chaotic series. I could see them not getting along and things kind of getting sideways is what I could see.
Yeah, me too. Sheridan's probably got a really big head because he's got, the keys to the car right now. He can do anything he wants from a series perspective. And Costner's like, I'm the guy that's bringing you all the ratings and everything. So yeah, I think it's kind of fun. Yeah. I don't think he'll be back. So if he does, it'll be a short stint. Yeah.
So they'll kill him off. Right. I mean, he'll be like he'll be the Harrison Ford of 1923. Right. It'll be, hey, let's go ahead and smoke him, and then have I said hashtag me too on the back nine yet? If not, I've said it now. It'll be what's her name? What's Kate, Sarah? I don't know what's Beth. The daughter? Beth. Yeah, Beth. It's close to Kate and Sarah. Not a lot of letters. So it'll be close. We'll get Beth back to Beth will be in charge, and we've now got a woman CEO of the tribe, and I think it plays right into free lunches. Free lunches and free drinks for everybody. I hear Elijah Craig's buying.
Nice.
So
All right.
says how much.
Good stuff, man. Valspar coming up. What do you think?
Here's what I think about the snake pit, about the copperhead.
Mm-hmm.
I think the breakfast ball, coming after me. Come on, son. Come on.
Bring it. Cheers.